Hey everyone, welcome back to Sweet Beat TV. I'm your host, Sienna Leone, and today I am so excited to say I'm joined by singer-songwriter Alec Benjamin. Hi Alec, thank you for joining me.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course, I want to dive in here and just send you a major congratulations. You recently just performed at Coachella Music Festival. So weekend one, weekend two, what an experience. So explain that to us. How was it?
It was great. It was a lot more exhausting than I had anticipated. It was a little hot, but overall it was a wonderful experience. It was very cool. It was a big milestone for me, so it's kind of crazy to reflect on it now that it's already behind me. But it was a wonderful experience, and I think the performances went as well as they could have gone. So I have no complaints. It was just like I had imagined it would be.
Absolutely. That is totally for an artist. I mean, performing at Coachella is an absolute dream. But aside from the craziness of your schedule, did you get to enjoy any other performances and any performance that stuck out to you?
Yeah, sure. My friend Ali got to perform, and I went on stage with him, and I performed with him on both weekends, and that was really fun.
Ugh, I love Ali Gotti. He's amazing too. But let's talk Uncommentary, your new album, which has truly been on repeat. It's such a beautiful album. But Alec, I am super intrigued. Why the name Uncommentary?
Because I feel like I try to combine two words, uncommon and commentary, and I felt like a lot of the album is a commentary on a lot of the things that were happening in the world at the time. And I felt like some of the things that I decided to talk about were things that aren't necessarily commonly talked about. And also, I feel like anytime, we all experience a lot of the same things, but the thing that separates one person from another is their individual perspective, and that obviously makes everything when someone talks about like life and the things that they're looking at through their lens, it makes it unique. So I think for that reason it's also uncommon, if that makes sense.
Alec, looking at Uncommentary, your new album, I want to know, where were you mentally when writing these songs, and where did most of your inspiration for these songs come from?
I think mentally, I was in a place in my life that I had probably never been in before, just because it was such an unprecedented time. But I think most of the inspiration for the album came from, being at my house and kind of watching the world pass by, and seeing a lot of the crazy things that were unfolding around me, and sort of just I kind of used the album as a journal, as a way to sort of journal my thoughts and my feelings, and the questions that I had about the world and things that were going on around me at the time. And that's kind of like what the album became. It was sort of just like my commentary on what was going on. And I think that yeah, it's hard for me to classify or to sort of explain exactly what my state was mentally, because I think it changed a lot from day to day, but also just it's such a weird time. Like, I don't even have the words for it.
Absolutely. I mean, but also your lyrics are just so beautiful and so powerful
Thanks.
that I relate to them. I know so many people around the world can relate to them. But Alec, this may be a hard question for you, but is there a track on your album that could be a favorite of yours? I know they're all your babies, but is there one that could take first place, and why?
I don't really have a favorite, but I think ultimately whatever ends up being the fan favorite will probably be my favorite, because it's fun to sing a song that has the most energy live, and it's nice to, like, when you play the song and you play the first kind of note or whatever, and you can tell how excited people are to hear it. So I think ultimately those are the songs that end up becoming the favorites for me. But I think every track on this album for me highlights an important something that, like, an important emotion or like period in time for me. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite, but I think that ultimately I'll have one after I play a few more shows and kind of get a vibe for what people want to hear the most. So I'll get back to you on that.
Well, if you want a fan's opinion, Speakers right
Sure.
now is one of my number one.
Great. All right. So I guess for the purpose of for the sake of this conversation, then that would be the song I would
We'll
put
go
on.
with it. We'll go with it. But,
Sure.
for your fans that maybe haven't listened to Uncommentary right now or yet, what is the biggest thing you want them to take from this album after listening?
I think it's hard for me to say like what I would want for people to take away from it, but I think if anything, when I was growing up, I think the albums that ultimately became my favorites were the ones that when I listened to them, they would make me think, and they would make me reflect on my own thoughts and feelings and emotions, and also they were the songs and lyrics that would make me ask questions. So I hope that the music that I write has a similar impact on people, and that would be like my hope, and that was my sort of like what I aspire to do with my music.
Absolutely. Now, last question before I let you go here, but I've loved your music ever since the Let Me Down Slowly days, which
Oh,
I
thanks.
actually just found out you wrote with another icon, Miss Alessia Cara. I mean, that's an incredible collaboration right there. But is there a
hmm
collaboration of another artist that, would be an absolute dream for you to collab with?
The best collaborations that I've done happened organically, and they were the ones that I wasn't expecting. So, like for example, this one that I did with Dream, who is like sort of musician, video gamer. That was like something that I had never anticipated, but ended up becoming like one of my favorite collaborations that I've ever done. But I mean, I'd love to work with. I want to make a song with Elon Musk. That would be cool. I think he's a cool guy.
Hey, maybe a song about him just buying Twitter. How about
Yeah,
that?
maybe. Who knows?
Well, I will be on the lookout for that. Alec, thank you so much for your time, and you're so talented, and major
Thanks.
congratulations on your successes.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. It was awesome to
Absolutely.
talk to you. Sorry about the internet connectivity
Don't
issues. It's difficult
apologize.
to predict how those technical issues are going to manifest themselves on tour. A lot of the time, it happens to be in the form of Wi-Fi problems. So
Yeah,
sorry about that.
for a new world. But for the viewers at home, make sure you guys are checking Alec Benjamin out. He will be on tour, so go look, see if he's in a city near you, and also check out his new amazing album, Uncommentary, which is out now. Alec Benjamin, thank you so much.
Thank you.